What if you believed that you could change the world? Would your heart break for the lost and broken souls? What if you were meant for something more, and you are?
On this journey of discovering who you are and what you're supposed to be doing, I remember I longed to know what thing that was my thing to do. And I began asking that question over and over as I began to embrace the identity that God had given me as His child, as I began to gain confidence in that identity, as I began to undo all the old vows and the ways that I had dumbed myself down and stopped being me, as I gained courage being me, then I was so excited to find out what it was that I was supposed to do. And I write about this in the book. Some of the clues, some of the ways that God led me to my destiny was my actual name. I found clues to my destiny in my name. I found clues to my destiny in the things I complain about, believe it or not. I found clues in my little girl dreams, the things that make me mad, the things I'm passionate about. I found clues in the generations before me. I asked questions about my grandparents and my great-grandparents and things that they did. And I also discovered one of the greatest clues that you can find to your destiny is pay attention to the things that break your heart. When you turn on the news or when you listen to other people talk, what is the one thing that you just think, oh, no, don't talk about that. I can't take that. It breaks my heart. For me, that thing was the trafficking of children, sex trafficking. When I heard that I lived in a world where children were sold for sex, I for weeks cried and sobbed for these children. I could not understand. I'm not a typical crier. I'm more of a do something person, action, but I was paralyzed by this heartbreak that children in my world and in my country and in my state, my city were being sold for sex. And I had a friend of mine say to me, what I think is happening is God is letting you feel His heart for these children. And I said, it's unbearable. I continued to do research on the issue, and as I write about in the book, I encourage you, become an expert on what breaks your heart. And as I began to research the issue of trafficking, I then found out it's not just happening in faraway places, it's happening in our own backyard. And then I went from crying and brokenhearted to angry. And that anger is the energy and the fuel that gets me out of bed every morning and strives to work with a group of people to bring these kids home and to call them family. Because my greatest desire is for them to realize that they, like you, like me, were created on purpose for a purpose.